Good morning. I need to speak with someone immediately. There's been fraudulent activity on my account.
Please, have a seat. I'm the branch manager. Can you tell me what happened?
Someone opened 3 credit cards using my information. I received bills for purchases I never made.
That's very serious. When did you first notice these unauthorized charges?
Last Tuesday, I got a statement for a credit card I don't even have. $15,000 in debt.
Did you check your credit report recently? There might be more accounts we don't know about yet.
I pulled it this morning. There are 5 accounts I never opened. This person has been busy.
We'll need to file a police report and contact the credit bureaus immediately. Do you have any idea who could have accessed your personal information?
That's the terrifying part. It has to be someone close to me, someone who knows my social security number.
Unfortunately, identity theft often involves people we trust. Have you lost your wallet or documents recently?
Nothing. Everything's accounted for. That's why I think it's someone from my inner circle.
We'll freeze your accounts right now. I'm also going to give you a fraud alert packet. This contains everything you need to protect yourself.
How long will it take to clear my name? I'm supposed to apply for a mortgage next month.
Realistically, it could take 6 months to a year. Identity theft cases are complicated and time-consuming.
A year? This person has destroyed my life in a matter of weeks, and it'll take a year to fix?
I understand your frustration. We'll do everything possible to expedite the process. Let's start the paperwork immediately.
Thank you. I just want my life back. I can't believe someone would do this to me.
We'll get through this together. Identity theft is devastating, but you're taking the right steps by addressing it now.
Miss Patterson, I've reviewed your case file. This identity theft situation is more complex than we initially thought. What do you mean? I thought it was just credit card fraud. The perpetrator has been using your identity for at least 8 months. They've rented an apartment, leased a car, and even filed taxes under your name. Filed taxes? How is that even possible? Wouldn't the IRS notice something? Identity thieves are sophisticated. They filed before you did, claimed a refund, and disappeared with the money. This is insane. How could someone pull this off without me knowing for 8 months? They were strategic. Small purchases at first, nothing that would trigger alerts. Then they escalated gradually. Do you have any leads? Any idea who's behind this? We're investigating several possibilities. The pattern suggests someone with intimate knowledge of your life and schedule. You think it's someone I know personally? That makes me sick to my stomach. I need you to make a list of everyone who's had access to your personal documents in the past year. Friends, family, coworkers, romantic partners. My roommate moved out 4 months ago. We had a falling out over rent money. Could it be her? What was her name, and do you remember if she had access to your mail or personal files? Jessica Morrison. She definitely had access to everything. We shared the apartment for 2 years. Did you notice any unusual behavior before she moved out? Was she desperate for money? She was always broke, complaining about her student loans, but I never thought she'd steal my identity. We'll investigate her immediately. Can you provide me with her last known address and phone number? Yes, I have all her information. Please tell me you can stop her before she ruins my life completely. We're going to do everything in our power. In the meantime, monitor all your accounts daily and report anything suspicious immediately. I can't sleep. I can't eat. Every time my phone rings, I panic thinking it's another creditor. I know this is overwhelming, but you've taken the right steps. We're going to catch whoever did this.
You wanted to meet? Your text sounded urgent. What's going on?
Someone stole my identity, opened credit cards, destroyed my credit score, ruined my financial life.
That's terrible. I'm sorry that happened to you. Have you reported it to the police?
I have, and the detective asked me to list everyone who had access to my personal information.
Okay, that makes sense. So why are we meeting? You think I can help somehow?
You borrowed my laptop last month. You were alone in my apartment for hours while I was at work.
Wait, are you accusing me of stealing your identity? Are you serious right now?
I'm not accusing anyone. I'm trying to figure out how this happened. The timing is suspicious.
Suspicious? We've been friends for 5 years. I can't believe you'd think I'd do something like this.
The detective said it's usually someone close, someone who knows personal details. You knew my mother's maiden name.
Because we were friends, we talked about family. That doesn't make me a criminal.
Then explain why charges started appearing right after you used my computer. Explain that coincidence.
Coincidence is exactly what it is. Maybe your computer was already compromised. Maybe you clicked on a phishing email.
I'm careful with my information. I never click suspicious links, but I did let you access my files.
I was helping you organize your photos. You asked me to do that. I can't believe you're turning this on me.
Show me your recent purchases. If you have nothing to hide, prove it. Show me your credit card statements.
That's insane. I don't have to prove my innocence to you. If you really suspect me, tell your detective.
Maybe I will, because someone stole $15,000 in my name, and you're acting guilty right now.
I'm acting defensive because you're falsely accusing me. This conversation is over. Call me when you come to your senses.
Don't walk away from me. If you're innocent, then help me figure out who did this.
I don't have to help someone who thinks I'm a thief. Solve your own problems. I'm done.
Thank you for coming in today. I've reviewed your wife's case, and we need to discuss the recovery process.
How bad is it? She's been crying for days and I don't know how to help her.
Her credit score dropped from 750 to 480. That's significant damage.
480? We were about to buy a house. We've been saving for 3 years.
I understand this is devastating. The mortgage application will likely be denied with her current score.
Can we apply using only my credit? Would that work, or do they need both of us?
It depends on the lender and your income, but most mortgages require both spouses' credit histories.
So we're stuck. 3 years of saving and some criminal destroys it in a few weeks?
Not stuck, just delayed. We can rebuild her credit, but it requires patience and consistent effort.
How long are we talking about? Months? Years?
If we're aggressive and dispute everything properly, possibly 12 to 18 months until she's back above 700.
18 months? Our lease ends in 6 months. We were counting on moving into our own home.
You might need to renew your lease temporarily. I know it's not ideal, but it's better than rushing into a mortgage you can't get.
She blames herself. She thinks she should have noticed sooner, been more careful with her information.
Identity theft victims often blame themselves, but this isn't her fault. Criminals are sophisticated and manipulative.
Tell that to her. She won't listen to me. She's convinced she ruined our future.
Would she be willing to come in for a session? Sometimes hearing it from a professional helps.
I'll try to convince her. Right now, she barely leaves the bedroom. This has consumed her completely.
Identity theft is traumatic. It's not just financial damage, it's emotional and psychological too.
What can I do to support her? I feel helpless watching her suffer like this.
Be patient, reassure her constantly, and don't let this define your relationship. You'll get through this together.
We will. We have to. I'm not letting some criminal destroy what we've built. You said on the phone this was about my sister. What's she done now?
I am investigating an identity theft case. Your sister, Jessica Morrison, is a person of interest.
Identity theft? That's serious. But why are you talking to me? I don't know anything about her business.
Because you two are close. You'd know if she was living beyond her means or acting suspiciously.
We're not that close. We talk maybe once a month. I live 3 states away.
But you visited her in April. You stayed at her apartment for a week. What did you notice?
How do you know about that? Have you been following me?
I'm a private investigator. It's my job to know things. Now, answer the question. What did you notice?
She had some new stuff. Nice laptop, expensive clothes. I figured she got a raise or something.
Did she get a raise, or did she suddenly have money without a clear source?
I don't know her salary details. Maybe she was dating someone rich. She mentioned a boyfriend.
She was dating someone, but he was unemployed. So where was the money coming from?
Look, I don't want to get involved in whatever this is. Jessica's my sister. I'm not going to incriminate her.
Even if she destroyed someone's life? Stole their identity, ruined their credit, caused them emotional trauma?
You're saying she definitely did this? You have proof?
We have evidence. Credit cards sent to her address, purchases matching her shopping habits, IP addresses traced to her devices.
That doesn't sound good, but maybe someone's framing her. Did you consider that?
We considered everything. The evidence is overwhelming. She's guilty, and deep down, you know it too.
If she did this, she needs help. She's not a bad person. She's just desperate.
Desperate people make choices. She chose to commit a crime that devastated an innocent woman.
What happens to her now? Will she go to prison?
That depends on many factors. If she cooperates, returns the money, and shows remorse, maybe she gets probation.
And if she doesn't cooperate?
Then she's looking at federal charges. Identity theft carries up to 15 years in prison.
15 years? That's her whole life. She's only 28.
Then convince her to do the right thing. Turn herself in, make restitution, and accept responsibility.
I'll try to talk to her, but she's stubborn. She doesn't listen to anyone, especially not me.
Make her listen, because if she runs, it only gets worse, and you don't want to be an accessory. I can't believe you actually showed up. I didn't think you'd have the courage to face me.
Your detective said if I cooperated, things might go easier, so here I am.
Easier? You destroyed my life, Jessica. You stole my identity for 8 months.
I know, and I'm sorry. I was desperate. My student loans were crushing me, and I couldn't see another way out.
So you decided to ruin my credit instead? Use my name to buy things you couldn't afford?
It wasn't supposed to go that far. I only meant to open one card, make a few purchases, pay it back quickly.
But you didn't pay it back, did you? You opened 5 cards. You rented an apartment. You filed taxes in my name.
It spiraled out of control. Once I started, I couldn't stop. The debt kept growing, and I panicked.
You panicked? I couldn't sleep for weeks. I thought I was losing my mind. Creditors calling constantly, threatening legal action.
I never wanted to hurt you specifically. You were just convenient. We lived together. I had access.
Convenient? We were friends. Or at least I thought we were. How could you betray me like that?
I wasn't thinking about friendship. I was thinking about survival. You don't understand what it's like drowning in debt.
So your debt is more important than my life, my reputation, my mental health?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I made a terrible mistake, and I'll spend years paying for it.
Years? You'll spend years in prison if I have anything to say about it.
Please, don't. I'll pay you back. Every penny, I swear. Just don't press maximum charges.
You don't have the money to pay me back. You couldn't afford your own life, remember? That's why you stole mine. I'll get a second job, a third job if necessary. I'll make monthly payments. Just give me a chance. Why should I? You didn't give me a chance when you were destroying my credit score.
Because I'm begging you. Because somewhere deep down, you remember we were friends once.
That friendship died the moment you decided I was convenient. You're going to face the consequences.
I understand. I deserve whatever happens, but I am sorry, truly, genuinely sorry. Your apology doesn't fix anything. It doesn't erase the damage. It doesn't give me back the life you stole. I know, but it's all I have to offer right now.
Your client has been charged with aggravated identity theft. The evidence against her is substantial.
We're prepared to enter a guilty plea if the prosecution is willing to negotiate on sentencing.
Negotiation. She systematically destroyed another person's financial life for 8 months. What's there to negotiate?
My client is a first-time offender with no criminal history. She's expressed genuine remorse.
Remorse doesn't undo $15,000 in fraudulent charges or a devastated credit score.
She's willing to make full restitution. We've already begun working on a payment plan with the victim.
A payment plan? With what money? She's unemployed and living with her parents.
She's actively seeking employment. She understands the gravity of her actions and wants to make amends.
Making amends means facing appropriate consequences. The sentencing guidelines recommend 46 to 57 months.
4 years in federal prison seems excessive for a nonviolent, first-time offender who's cooperating fully.
Identity theft isn't a minor crime. It's a violation that causes lasting psychological and financial damage.
We're not disputing that, but prison won't help anyone. My client needs rehabilitation, not incarceration.
And the victim needs justice. She needs to know that crimes have consequences.
What if we proposed intensive probation, community service, and mandatory counseling? She pays restitution monthly.
The victim would need to agree, and frankly, after meeting her, I doubt she'll accept anything less than prison time.
Can we at least present the option? Sometimes victims want closure more than revenge.
I'll speak with her, but prepare your client for the likelihood of significant prison time.
We will, but we're also preparing for the possibility of a more lenient sentence if the victim agrees.
Don't hold your breath. This woman lost her house, her peace of mind, and nearly her marriage.
Which is why we believe direct accountability through restitution is more meaningful than simply locking her away.
The system doesn't work that way. Crimes require punishment, especially crimes that devastate innocent people.
Then the system fails both the victim and the offender. Neither gets what they truly need.
Perhaps, but that's not for us to decide. The judge will determine the sentence based on the guidelines.
How are you feeling today? You mentioned nightmares in your last session.
They're getting worse. I dream that I'm drowning in bills and no one believes they're not mine.
That sounds terrifying. Identity theft trauma often manifests as dreams about loss of control.
I don't feel like myself anymore. Someone literally stole who I am, and I can't shake that feeling.
Your identity is more than your credit score or social security number. Those are just administrative details.
But those details define so much. I can't buy a house, can't get a decent interest rate, can't move forward.
Temporarily. These obstacles are temporary. Your real identity, your character, your relationships remain intact.
Do they, though? I accused my friend of stealing from me. I destroyed that friendship based on suspicion.
You were traumatized and looking for answers. That's a natural response to violation.
He'll never forgive me. I saw the hurt in his eyes when I implied he was a criminal. Have you tried to apologize? Explain what you were going through emotionally? I'm too ashamed. How do I explain that I suspected everyone, trusted no one?
By being honest. Tell him the trauma made you paranoid. Most people understand crisis responses.
What if he doesn't? What if I've permanently damaged that relationship?
Then you learn from it, but you won't know unless you try. Hiding from discomfort keeps you stuck.
I feel stuck everywhere. At work, I can't concentrate. At home, I jump every time the phone rings. Those are symptoms of hypervigilance. Your nervous system is on constant alert for threats. How do I turn it off? I'm exhausted from being afraid all the time. We work on it gradually. Grounding techniques, mindfulness, rebuilding your sense of safety. Safety. I don't know if I'll ever feel safe again. She was my roommate. We shared meals together. Betrayal by someone close cuts deepest, but one person's actions don't define everyone's character. Logically, I know that. Emotionally, I want to lock myself away and trust no one. Isolation might feel protective, but it prevents healing. Connection helps us recover from trauma. What if I can't recover? What if this broke something in me permanently? You're already recovering. You're here, doing the work, facing painful emotions. That takes courage. I don't feel courageous. I feel broken and exhausted. Those feelings are valid, and they coexist with your strength. You're surviving something devastating.
Welcome, everyone. Let's start by having our new member introduce herself. No pressure, just share what you're comfortable with.
Hi, I'm Sarah. Someone stole my identity 8 months ago. I'm still dealing with the aftermath.
Thank you for sharing, Sarah. How are you coping with everything?
Not well. I feel alone. My friends don't really understand what I'm going through.
That's why we're here. Everyone in this room has experienced identity theft. We understand the unique trauma.
It's not just the money or the credit score. It's feeling violated, like someone crawled inside my skin.
Exactly. People who haven't experienced it think it's just a financial inconvenience, but it's so much deeper.
My husband tries to be supportive, but he doesn't get why I can't just move on.
Moving on isn't simple when someone has literally used your identity to create a false life.
She rented an apartment in my name. Sometimes I wonder what that apartment looks like, what life she pretended to have.
I had similar thoughts when it happened to me. The thief bought a car using my identity. I obsessed over where that car was.
How did you stop obsessing? How did you regain control of your thoughts?
Time and therapy, and groups like this where people truly understood what I was experiencing.
Do you ever worry it'll happen again? That someone else will steal your information?
Occasionally, but I've learned to take precautions without living in constant fear. There's a balance.
I check my credit report daily, multiple times. I can't stop myself.
That's common in the early stages. Eventually, you'll find you can check less frequently without panicking.
The worst part? It was my roommate, someone I trusted, laughed with, considered a friend.
Betrayal compounds the trauma. My identity was stolen by a coworker I'd known for 3 years.
How do you trust anyone after that? How do you let people into your life?
Slowly and carefully, you learn to trust your instincts again. It's a process, not an overnight transformation.
I want to believe I'll feel normal again, but right now, normal seems impossible.
You will feel normal again. Different, maybe, more aware of security, but you'll reclaim your peace.
Thank you. Just hearing someone say that with confidence helps more than you know.
That's the power of this group. We've all walked this path. We know the destination exists.
Your Honor, I'd like to make a victim impact statement before sentencing.
Proceed, Miss Patterson. The court is listening.
8 months ago, Jessica Morrison stole my identity. In the months since, I've lost my home, my savings, and nearly my marriage.
Please describe the specific impacts this crime has had on your life.
I was denied a mortgage because my credit score dropped 300 points. My husband and I were forced to renew our lease in a place we'd outgrown.
What other consequences have you experienced?
I've spent over 60 hours on the phone with creditors, banks, and credit bureaus. I've lost sleep, developed anxiety, and started therapy.
Has the defendant made any effort to compensate you for these losses?
She offered to pay me back, but she has no job and no means. Her promises are empty.
The court notes that the defendant has expressed remorse. Does that affect your feelings about appropriate sentencing?
Remorse doesn't pay my bills or restore my credit. Remorse doesn't give me back the months of anguish she caused.
What outcome are you seeking from this court?
I want her to face real consequences, not a slap on the wrist, not probation, prison time that reflects the severity of what she did.
The sentencing guidelines suggest 46 to 57 months. Is that acceptable to you?
It's a start, but honestly, no amount of prison time will truly compensate for what she took from me.
Identity theft is indeed a serious crime with lasting consequences. The court appreciates your testimony.
I also want to say that this experience changed me fundamentally. I don't trust people the way I used to.
That's an unfortunate but understandable outcome of such a violation.
I've joined a support group, which helps, but I'll never be the person I was before this happened.
The court recognizes the profound impact this crime has had on your life and well-being.
Thank you, Your Honor. I just want closure and to know that justice has been served.
The defendant will be sentenced according to federal guidelines. Your testimony will be considered in determining the final sentence.
That's all I can ask for. I want to move forward with my life, finally.
You've shown remarkable strength in facing this ordeal. This court wishes you healing and recovery.
Thank you. It's been a long journey, but I'm finally seeing the end of it.
Court is adjourned. Sentencing will be pronounced after a brief recess.